Hi everyone, I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 4, Episode 6. We starting off with Sunday dinner at Mama D's. She decided she wanted to get her family together. And before they eat, she decides to pray for the food. She's going on like, thank you for the food that was prepared. And thank you for bringing my family together. And she's looking around like making sure everybody got their eyes closed. And she keep on praying. And at one point, Scrappy looking like, dang, Mama, can you hurry up? Because I'm hungry. So he had to hurry by, amen. All right, good. So she was like, I want to get you together, Miss Ernest's mama, and let you know I love your son. Yes, we had problems in the past, but we trying to make it through. You know, his mama ain't really feeling the Mama D because, you know, you didn't send her baby boy to jail, but Mama D was like, your son, he wasn't the best of person. He was lying, he was cheating, he was selling drugs, and he was stealing from me. And his mama was like, yeah, he may have did all those things, but you ain't have to send him to jail. But, you know, Mama D and Ernest, they trying to squash things. Jasmine, she ain't trying to have them, get back together. She want to know, Ernest, what do you want with my mama? We ain't heard from you in 7 years. You ain't wrote nothing, but now you out, and my mama, she got a little money right now. What you want? What you want? And, Ernest's mama's like, I'm not saying all that, but I am saying I don't want them together. Scrappy's looking like, yep, I knew this was going to happen. Bambi's just sitting there like, I can't believe I'm here going through this mess, but I'm going to sit here and eat this food, and I'm going to sit here and listen to all this juiciness that is going on around me. So Jessica Dime, she decided to tell Prima Donna and Don how she was acting a fool and got kicked out of Jazzy Faye's office. She was like, Mimi, she is very unprofessional. She had me and some other girl. Her name is Tiffany, and it's like, I don't even know who she is. She ain't got no YouTube video. She ain't got nothing. But she done brought us together, and I got to cussing her out. And next thing you know, Jazzy Faye didn't kick me out. Like I did something wrong, which you did. You was acting the fool in his office. And even when he was telling you you was acting the fool, you was steady yapping at the mouth. That's why you got to stop. And Don was like, well, yeah, that was very unprofessional for Mimi to do that. But it wasn't. Mimi wanted to get these two artists together to maybe one day they could collab, because these are two unknown artists. It ain't like, Jessica Dime, she been in the game for a minute. She didn't won Grammys, Billboard Awards, and all this other stuff. She knew just like Tiffany Fox is. So she was trying to bring these two together. And I guess Jessica was under the understanding that, hey, this was a special private session with me, Mimi, and Jazzy Faye. But she didn't brought this gal in here and just messed everything up. So Prima Donna, she's like, I'm having this waist trainer event, which gets Don's, her messiness going. She decides she gonna invite both Mimi and Nico, knowing Nico was back with his wife, so some mess could get started. And I can see, yes, Don, she is all about being messy. This is not my first time realizing this, but she's really showing her how messy I can get on this season. So Kurt and his artist Ashley, they're going to be going on a promotional tour, which I get some impression she didn't know about it. He then came into her during her practicing, and the way this girl is talking is like she got something going on with Kirk, and she wants to rub it in Rashida's face. She's like, you got to tell your wife. So when the day comes where he's leaving, she is sitting in the car being very shady towards Rashida, because like Rashida's like, okay, so we can't spend money on my boutique, but you can spend some money on her. This is how it's going to act. And she is being like very shady towards Rashida, talking about something. That's all right, boo boo. Y'all got a nice house, but when I make it big, I'll make sure y'all got some grass out here, because apparently with your music, which ain't doing nothing and ain't did nothing, is not bringing in any money, and your store obviously isn't making any money, or you would have some grass. She didn't say that, but I'm paraphrasing. First of all, boo boo, that ain't got nothing to do with you. And while Rashida and Kurt are going on, she's like, Rashida, you are too old to be acting like this. First of all, she is talking to her husband. And second of all, Kurt, this is your employee. You should have talked that girl. You need to hush right now, or you can be getting X'd out of D-Lo Entertainment, and I won't have anybody before I have you disrespecting my wife. And another thing, this is the person you were. How am I going to put this? You are under D-Lo Entertainment, which is Kurt. Kurt is married to Rashida. You would think she would have some sense of, maybe I shouldn't be mouthing off and talking about Rashida like she a dog and just disrespecting her in all kind of ways if I want to be making music like that. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I guess she's under the understanding that I'm pretty, I can do this, and Kurt, he really ain't gonna say nothing to Rashida because I'm gonna possibly be making him some money. But the fact that Kurt did not say anything, he didn't know, hold up now, this is my wife you talking about, you ain't gonna be talking to my wife like that, alright? Show some respect. He didn't do any of that. I was so like, really, Rashida? You ain't even gonna come to Kurt, like, you ain't even gonna defend me, this girl disrespectful me? But he didn't do any of that. And I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, you have to tell me that this is one of the moments out of the 95% of this being scripted. You have to tell me this is one of those scripted moments, because Kurt and Rashida could not be just, stuff like that could not be happening and nobody do anything about it. So Mama D lets Ernest know that he gonna have to step up his game. He has to prove to her kids that he ain't there for her money. But he's like, look, I just got out of prison. I ain't got no job, and remind you, you were the one who got me sent to prison from calling the police on me. So I ain't really got money like that. I know you want this, the most fabulous. And when she said, I'm going to have the biggest and what did she say, the best, and I'm going to paraphrase, I'm going to have the biggest and baddest the wedding ain't nobody ever seen. I'm like, really? Really, Mama D? You're going to have this wedding out of everybody in the world, out of princes and stuff, and princes, and king and queens, and Beyonce's, and all these other people that had these $1 million weddings. You going to out-top them? But okay. Okay. Everybody has a goal, so maybe that's your goal. I don't see it happening, but okay. So Ernest is like, you know what? We probably gonna have to wait on this wedding the way you want it, because I ain't really got it like that right now. But I'm gonna try my best to give you everything I can give you and show that you and your kids that I love you, D, and I ain't here just for your money. So Rashida decides, okay, I couldn't get Kurt's name off of our joint account because it's a joint account, which I already knew that. Don't know why she didn't. But anyway, she's like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to auction off some of his jewelry, and where I'm going to hit him where it hurts is I'm going to auction off some of his motorcycles. And Eric was like, okay, after all the stuff he did to you, okay, you should do something like that, but I can see this going very bad, very fast. Like, what if he comes home while you're doing this, then what you going to do? And I guess she was like, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. So that's what she's going to do. She's like, I'm going to get my money from my store. Kurt's acting all stank. He didn't spend all this money on this house. He's taking this gal over on promotional tours, and I can't get my store. Oh no, I'm going to get my store, and I'm going to get it with the money I'm going to get from selling your stuff, boo-boo. So it's the day of Prima Donna's event, showing off her waist trainers, and lo and behold, Nico and his wife are there, and Mimi are there, and Margot is, oh my goodness, this is my first Atlanta event I'm going to, and Mimi's here. It's like, this couldn't get any worse. But like, do you realize that Mimi is an actual cast member on this show? She's on there when it first comes on, and neither you nor Nico are on there, so I would have bet, Mimi being invited before you, but that's another story. So Mimi's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he didn't brought his wife, but this is Nico, but she's cuter than what I thought she was gonna be some ugly little thing, but she's actually cuter than what I thought she was, and she's going through this back and forth. And I don't know why Margot is so mad at Mimi, because Nico's the one that lied. It wasn't like Nico and Margot, happily married, been together for years, madly in love, and Mimi just came over and like used her feminine wiles and like stole Nico away and used him for all she could and then discarded him. Nico didn't even tell Mimi he was married until he got caught when his friend Johnny was like, well, you know, Nico was married, still married. I know him and his wife, so you might want to talk to your boy about that. That's how Mimi found out about Nico being married. So I don't understand why she's so mad at Mimi and not so much as Nico, because Nico's the one doing all this lying. I guess she's on this since he didn't say Mimi was behind the whole sex tape. And like me thinking, I'm putting myself, if I was Marco, I would be thinking, okay, if Mimi was behind this, why is my husband, if we're trying to get back together, why is he still, you know, putting all the blame on himself and not her? If he wanted to get me back, he would let the world know this, you know, prior to being filmed for Love and Hip Hop. So why hasn't he done that? That's where I'm going with this. Maybe that's just the way my mind goes. So that was the gist of what happened. What else happened? Yeah, Stevie, he's got his 30-day sober pass. He didn't graduated his sobriety course. So he's, you know, ready to go home. But he gets to Johnson like, I'm happy to be home, but I have to go to New York to, you know, settle all this, me being sued and maybe going to jail for 2 years for back child support. But I'm going to need you to stay here and hold down the fort. Can you do that for me? And she's looking like, you know, you just got home. I really don't want to do that. But if you feel that I should do that, I will. But she ended up meeting him in New York. He's all surprised when he pulls up outside the courthouse. And she's there standing like, Stevie, I ain't him for you, babe. You know, we're going to do this together. I can't believe I got Johnson's voice down, babe. Yay for me. But anyways, Stevie, we're going to get through this together. I know my man better he know himself. So that was just what happened. If I left anything out, by all means, if you do videos, leave a video response down below. I can't talk. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.